Hello and welcome to a prelude to Freedom of Forgiveness. This is by Robnick Enterprise, and I am Sandra R. Blythe. And I thank you for joining in this evening to listen to another prelude to the workshop that's coming up June 2nd, 2025, virtually on Zoom, beginning at 6:30 p.m. every Monday in the month of June. I do have a news breaking announcement for you. Um, our registration, the end date was scheduled for this Friday on the 16th of May. We have extended that registration all the way up to June the 2nd at noon. It will shut off. So hooray, hooray. If you have not registered yet, you still have an opportunity to do so. More details will be provided at the end of the video to show you where you go to register. But I do encourage you to register as soon as possible because the space is going to be limited. So thank you for that. Just a brief plug here about Robnick Enterprise. This is an organization that prides itself on bringing the fire. Bringing the fire means focus, identify, resolve, and evolve. So we work with groups, companies, businesses, to help them hone in on what challenges or weaknesses that may exist within that confinement and to try and resolve that through motivation, encouragement, whatever those needs are to bring them to that position where they are ready to evolve. That means they're able to grow and develop once we've resolved whatever that issue or issues are that we've identified with that group. So just a little plug, a little more information to give you some clarity on what we do here at Robert Enterprise. Now, let's move on to freedom of forgiveness. This week, I want to just drop a little bit in your mailbox, and I want to talk to you about the aftermath of forgiveness. In that point in time of forgiveness has taken place, someone's extended the apology, someone has accepted. But what if you can't forget? What if the recall is there? What if when we're in that space together, it's no longer comfortable, but it's awkward? What if every time I hear your name, I'm having flashbacks of what happened? What if I am struggling to let this go? Let's be honest. Most of us have encountered a situation with an individual or maybe more than one individual where even though we went through the process of apologies, something's still off. Something's still not in sync. We don't feel the way we used to feel toward each other, right? And it's almost trying to redefine our space and get our footing back so that we can be what we once were, right? Here's the thing. There are some relationships that will not be able to endure a forgiveness situation. Is that bad? Is that good? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it indifferent? I'm not going to classify it, but I'm going to speak to it for what it really is. Sometimes when a bridge has been burned, you can't rebuild it. And despite the fact that there was an apology, despite the fact that the apology was accepted, it's just very hard to get that momentum back because in some situations, trust has been broken. Some situations, dishonesty has arisen. And there are just variables that have come into play now that say, yeah, I can forgive you, but and you can fill that blank in because we feel what we feel, but we cannot hold ourselves hostage to this idea that even once we have forgiven, extended forgiveness, that it has to, it needs to, it should resume and be what it always was. That's not always going to be the case in relationships of any sorts, romantic, friends, even down to a parent and a child. Sometimes that relationship changes when there has been a very extensive forgiveness situation that arose. However, we are going to address this in much more detail on June the 2nd. Yeah, June the 2nd, when we do the workshop, Freedom of Forgiveness. We're going to talk more about overcoming that. What does that look like? What is the aftermath? We're going to talk more about that in depth. What I want you to do, if you don't mind, is once you finish watching this video, I want you to post what is one of your pain points when it comes down to forgiveness. I'm not asking you to overshare, but what's a pain point for you when it comes down to forgiveness? What challenges you? Better yet, if you were to attend this workshop, what is something that you feel is essential for us to address and to talk about during those 5 weeks that we'll have? Just put that in your post. And if it's something that is set up in such a way that I can respond to it, I definitely will do so. But I'd love to hear from you because I want you to be there. So I want you to be able to have more and more information as to what we're going to be talking about. And again, these are preludes, so it's not going to be anything extensive that's going to give you A through Z, but at least it gives you a snippet of these are the things we're going to talk about. So again, the registration information is going to be provided at the end of this video. I am encouraging you to register and be there with me so that I can be there for you. Okay? Okay. So, homework, post. Post what are your pain points? What is your pain point when it comes down to forgiveness? What are some things, or what is a thing that you feel is essential for us to discuss during the time that we'll be together in June? In the meantime, I want you to bring the fire. I want you to focus. I want you to identify. I want you to resolve. And I always want you to evolve. So until next week, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.